What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Twan P, aka the sophisticated gangster himself. Oh shit, I'm back with season 2, people, of Sip, Smoke, and Sales. A platform where we get to discover bases, physical, mental, spiritual, what people go through in the field from when they started the business to the future, huh? Back to the future like Marty McFly, huh? I'm gonna cover all bases like an MLB home run hitter, all right? Look, we're gonna get into the episode. If you didn't know, now you know. What I need you to do is take a brief second, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below so you can tune into every show that comes out, all right? Now, on today's show, people, I want you all to give a warm welcome to Sip, Smoke, and Sales. I got both of the CEOs, huh? Dos Mas, huh? Of Resynate. I want you to give it up for them. Give them a warm welcome. Clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, my man. I want to introduce you guys to Mr. Robbie and Mr. Scottie. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
How you doing, folks? My name's Scott. People call me Scotty. We own a company called Resynate, CBD. We're a hemp-based company and really focused on the endocannabinoid system. Been a Canosaur since about 12 years old, but we found a lot more medicinal properties to this plant, and we've been exploring ever since to really help people achieve optimal health and well-being.
Nice. I'm Robbie. Started Resynate a number of years ago with this guy. Previously Smack Shop, we screen printed t-shirts, got into the cannabis space, and figured out that we could really make a difference and create some high quality products and bring them to you guys. So excited to be here.
Oh yeah. Well, we about to dive in it, people. You know my slogan, like Trey songs. Yep, we about to dive in it. Now, before we get started, everybody knows the slogan, relax like baby hair, huh? Get you something to sip. We got that. Get you something to smoke, and let's get into talking this sales shit. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. So yeah. I wrote that personally. Yeah. Just something small. You know what I'm saying? Got to get high to get elevated questions and answers, right? So to you, Robbie and Scotty, again, thank you for being on the episode today. Second season, first episode. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Because I know you guys went over briefly in your introductions of yourselves, but what is Resynate? To someone that doesn't know anything, what is Resynate?
So let me start this question and tell a little story about how it kind of all began. Back in 2016, I was in corporate finance for 12 years selling residential real estate loans. Mortgages has kind of been the backbone of my career. But in 2016, my grandmother got diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. She pretty much had like a 6-month death sentence. And I knew some people in the cannabis industry and always kind of had my finger on the pulse of it a little bit. And I knew this formulator through a good friend of mine out in California. And she's an herbalist by trade, studied Chinese medicine and different plant medicines and extraction. And she had helped a number of people, so I'd heard. And she made a specific blend of elixirs and different products for my grandmother's treatment. My aunt at the time was kind of spearheading her cancer treatment. And she was more naturopathic medicine, plant-based and very concerned about diet and things like that. So I knew that I could kind of find her as a confidant, really, to reach out to her and try and, have a little bit of a say in what was going to happen with my grandmother's future. I wanted to see her live, right?
We understand, but
I reached out for help, and she made some products for her. And long story short, I'll kind of wind it in. I got a call. I'm at the DJ Expo up in Atlantic City at Harrah's. I run into this guy, Robbie, old high school buddy, running a company called Smack Shop. That same day, I got a call from my grandmother. And this was about 3 months of her trying these products that my friend had made for her. And she said, "Scott, you're never going to believe this. I just left the oncologist," and she said that the doctor had told her there was nothing short of a miracle. Her cancer had gone into full remission. They were going to cancel the rest of her chemo. Full remission, cancel the rest of her chemo, cancel the rest of her radiation. She was good to go home, right? So that was the same day I ran into my business partner, Rob, here, that I'm sitting next to. In a nutshell, that formulator is now the formulator for all of these amazing products you see right here. She's been a godsend. She's helped hundreds and hundreds of people going through chronic illness, and it's a tough path to walk, right? Because we can't make medical claims, but we see the medicine, we see the science, and the government has kind of put some blocks there, and we got to deal with big pharma and FDA and be super compliant. So our focus is really just to make products that potentially could be highly beneficial to people that may need help in a number of different areas. When I got that phone call, I'm sitting there literally talking to a world-renowned DMC DJ he was a two-time U.S. title and another stage 4 cancer patient, about how I had this friend that could help. And then I got the call from my grandmother. She's like, hey, you're never going to believe this. You know, so it's kind of universal alignment how this all came together. And that's when the light bulb really clicked on, and I was like, this is time to start exploring this thing called the endocannabinoid system. So if I can simplify this without diving down too much of a rabbit hole, the ECS, endocannabinoid system, is your house got a circuit breaker, right? Right, and that gives you light and electronics in different rooms of your house. Our ECS is our human body circuit breaker. So
not to cut you, are you saying that every man and woman has an ECS?
Yes, they do, and it's the largest receptor cell network in the human body. Larger than any other system. It's connected to your peripheral organ systems.
It's everybody.
It's everybody, every human. So, you know, I'm a huge believer in God's seeds, right? You know, the fruits, the vegetables, the plant medicines, they were all put here for a reason, and we're just really starting to crack the science behind everything this plant has to offer. Don't get me wrong, I love my cannabis, but I love all those other minor cannabinoids that have kind of been left out because people looking for just the high are missing a big piece of the picture, which is the balance of that ECS. Yes, ECS balance control is how we bring homeostasis. It's how we live a simple, pure life and get good sleep and fight autoimmune disease potentially. And, you know, it's helped me with inflammation. I've been an extreme sports athlete my whole life. So multiple surgeries, multiple injuries, you know, skater, longboarder, skier, surfer, you know, I've had my share of accidents, if you will, right?
I think we all have, right? Yeah. And all right, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Scotty. Mr. Robbie, to you. It's the ganja. When and where was Resynate established?
Whew, we got to go back even further than 2016. So
This guy's been in the trenches for
12
years?
Way too much, way too long. I don't even know. It's crazy. It flies by though. It flies by. It has. It's crazy. So I'm a filmmaker. So all this stuff is kind of my world too. Came out of college in 2011. I was working for a company doing lifestyle, end-of-life videos for older generations. So basically I was creating a video so that, you know, you could watch grandma's legacy video once she had passed away. And while that is a beautiful thing, it became very, very, very depressing over the course of like 2 or 3 years. I really wanted to get back to something to do with my hands. So I started screen printing stoner t-shirts, and that was what became Smack Shop. About a year and a half into that, 2013, 2014, I realized that I was never going to be able to retire off of screen printing t-shirts, and I was definitely going to get carpal tunnel.
Okay.
So I pivoted. I knew THC was
No.
Oh my gosh.
Topical side for that though.
Exactly. So
It might help.
So with that realization, I was also a big cannabis user. And I realized that THC is eventually going to pop off. It's going to legalize. I want to set myself up to be in the position to be able to sell THC products. CBD was kind of not brand new, but you know, not many companies were doing high quality, not like us, but so not high quality stuff like us. So in order to get to that THC space, I knew that I needed to set an infrastructure up to be able to sell CBD on the market legally and make sure, you know, that day that I had that idea, I went and got 2 lawyers in Baltimore. I was like, please, 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 I want to walk the line. I don't want to go to jail. So then started selling CBD products for 3 years before I met this guy. And then we linked up. He had a raw material connect with Rachel, brought her on, and the rest is history. We've been kind of climbing the ladder ever since and just trying to do really, really, really high quality, high potency, you know, no BS, no isolates,
Effective products.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
And,
there's a lot of gas station stuff out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of trash
That's
out
great.
there.
Those bad
That's a great- I
actors,
just
those
heard
bad
that too.
actors will get weeded out.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time. But
The best and the worst thing to hear from somebody is, have you tried CBD? Oh yeah, I tried it. It didn't work at all. Where'd you get it? The gas station up the street. So we can take those people and we just let them try it. Usually we're at a convention or a festival or some kind of thing. You know, they put on some solve, they, you know, take a capsule, or they, you know, take a drop of the tincture, and we say, just go walk around, 30 minutes, come back. And 9 times out of 10, they're coming back. They're like, what did you give me? How much is it? Can I buy all of it? Because it has changed my life.
Used to that. Here on Sip, Smoke, and Salespeople, I always say it. Hopefully you're taking some notes and you're dumb enough to listen and smart enough to follow through. And when I asked this gentleman, like when and where, and he dived back to the, you know, he went back into the past, something I gathered from that was you had, for one, foresight about what you saw and what you wanted to do. And then you had the willingness. A lot of people, you know, they have skill, they don't have the will though. The willingness to make that first step and say, guess what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna get these lawyers. And that's the difference between some people that their dreams don't come true and the ones that do make their dreams come true.
I'll tell you,
It's the grunt work, man.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
the
tell you,
entrepreneurial
as much
spirit.
as I don't consider myself a salesperson, when you prompt these questions, I got to think way back, because I was like at 8 years old asking my mom to sign me up for like an eBay account. Can I get the credit card on there? Because I want to just sell stuff, sell. So I really don't consider myself. I'm a web guy. I'm a designer. I'm a cinematographer. So he's the sales guy. But I really, like, when I really think about it, I've had a sales mindset my whole life, the entrepreneurial mindset my whole life.
Now,
so.
before this next question, could you pass me the big blunt? We're gonna get this.
I was
thing
about to say,
lit.
I want to at least try it.
All right, here you go.
Spark, baby. Let's
So
do
I
it.
can ask the question, and I'll let Scotty answer, and then you can answer second. So
I can't face it, that's for sure.
Because you always you almost answered it entirely. But my next question for you was, how long have you two been in sales? And I mean, like you said, you got to take it back to when you asked your mom for this first
I got
eBay
some
account,
stories.
right? So Scotty, what would you say? How long have you actually been in sales?
Bro, I was selling Pokemon cards in middle school.
I was literally about to say the same shit.
yeah.
I was literally about to say the same shit.
Yo, I was collecting hologram Charizards,
Okay, all
trading
right.
for Bulbasaurs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they
my
work a lot
sales
of
career
fun.
started at a very young age.
So what age would you say?
When was
I
that?
was probably 9 years old,
Yeah,
8,
yeah.
9 years
All right,
old.
cool.
I was
And,
hustling kids for yo-yos too, man. That was my jam.
And Robbie, what would you say the age was when you started sales?
Dude, you're reminding me about Pokemon. I was definitely doing the Pokemon thing. Probably like 8 or 9.
Bob Marley, rest in
I
peace.
used to do all the neighborhood kids. They loved it. I'm like, I was taking advantage of y'all at a young age, but I used to do like carnival games in the neighborhood for prizes and things like that. And
Thing's
I would
tiny.
It was just hot, tiny.
Tiny Tim.
Yeah, it was all.
I'm gonna roll a big one next time.
It was all hustling. So yeah, 8, 9 years old, and then when eBay became a thing, I think it was literally around
Pass the
like,
torch.
bro.
So you said when eBay came around.
So, yeah, but eBay came around. I was obviously not old enough to have that. So I was like, Mom, please sign me up for an account.
Set me up.
All you have to do is throw a credit card on there. I'm not even buying anything. I just want to sell stuff. So it was Pokemon. It was, what else was there?
Beanie Babies.
Well, it's funny.
That was the thing.
It's funny you mention it because my brother 2 days ago, he was like, I just found this in the basement. I have like Beanie Babies in these glass containers or whatever. And I'm like, God knows if they're worth 0 or whatever. But
Well,
I'm a collector too. So I'll do like,
I am a collector.
weird
Been hustling since hustling's
video
been
game
hustling.
merchandise
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. So
Yep.
yeah,
All right.
around the same time too, 8, 9 years old.
So,
it's that mindset. It's weird.
What's one of the toughest things you guys faced? Either Robbie, you can answer it one-on-one. When you guys first started this Resynate company, what's one of the
Cash flow.
obstacle that you came up against when you first started the venture?
I said the single biggest thing is the lack of education and being in such a saturated market. Like, we know what we got. We stand behind it. Quality, education, sustainability are the 3 pillars we founded this company on, and we stick to that. And we promised ourselves early on, as we built this team, as we scale into big box stores and into health and wellness places that have literally never trusted anyone enough to buy a CBD product to sell to their customers, that we would go the extra mile.
No compromise.
Yeah, no compromise. And that comes at a cost. The opportunity cost is it costs a lot of money to make the products we make. So, we haven't taken a paycheck yet. Me and him have not. We've worked side jobs, and I've hustled mortgages. He's doing film jobs.
2016, right?
Yeah, 2016, and really like full time since 2021.
Yeah.
that, you know, I'm taking my savings and putting it back in for the mission to serve people.
We've got
and get them a quality
$9,000
product.
bill tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're footing.
and another $10,000 bill next week.
And we're
footing
footing it.
That's coming out of our savings, you know.
Because
So
we are so confident
grind's real.
that this will change the world.
Oh, I'm confident too.
Yeah.
I'm very confident also. You know, I'm a user of these products.
Feeds
you know,
the energy.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
and
It's so good.
and again, the simple fact of, you know, when you're talking about the different products, the vast array of products that you provide to a consumer, that's what I love about it, because you can't find everything with a company. You can Google something and they'll be like, okay, you can do this, and we'll suggest some other company to you that has this. It's a one-stop shop. I can come here and really literally get everything.
Every single way of ingesting this medicine or putting it on your body, we have available.
Application, you go inhalation, sublingual, which means under the tongue. So that's like a tincture, right? Something that sits under, absorbs through the soft tissues. Then you got oral, that would be something you ingest, like a gummy, capsule, tablet. We got all of those. Then you got topical, transdermal, that's stuff that can be rubbed on the skin. That's like the massage oil, the lotion, the pain relieving salve. So really every application, you know, inhalation and sublingual are the fastest methods to get cannabinoids into the bloodstream and past the blood-brain barrier. You know, oral, you deal with what's called first bypass of the liver. So obviously you take an edible, you don't feel that in 5 minutes like hitting this bob over here, right? You feel this in about 2 minutes,
Yeah,
right? Inhalation is the fastest method to get it into the blood.
Okay.
So that's why we smoke these things.
Okay, all right, my man. Yeah. So I know you guys touched on it in the beginning, and following the conversation, I know I don't want people to get lost, but I want you to tell me again just the experiences that made you guys want to come up with the company and pitch you in the place that you are right now, like the experience that like drove you right there. I know you mentioned it a little bit, Scotty, of your grandma.
My grandmother
your G-mama,
is where it
you know.
started, but so much more since then. I mean,
All right, well, can you elaborate for me, guys?
Yeah, I mean, one of my experiences was just trying so many ineffective crap products. The same questions that our
Amen.
very first customers have is, I tried that, it didn't work. Where'd you
Every
get
time.
it? Did you read the label? What were the ingredients? Like, I don't know about you, but I like to know what I eat. Food is medicine to me, right? I got a, you know, guys, I got a 40-foot garden out here that's got 14 different
Poppin'.
genetics of tomatoes and 12 different vegetables and a couple of little baby girls that are looking nice, bubble gum and grape ape. But, you know, God's seeds are the answer, and there's a lot of people that cut corners. So my experience with subpar products has really driven me to focus on quality control, right?
With the other guys, it's all about this. It's not about this.
Ah,
So
I love that. I love that.
This, all our products come from the heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. I ain't gonna call y'all Care Bears. You know?
Shit,
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I'll take it,
give me some negatives that you guys found on your journey of having it, because you said 2016, right? And you guys invest wholeheartedly into this, and this is your dream, right? So give me some negatives out there that's in the marketplace, because you were speaking about the bullshit products and the stuff that just is trash, right? But what are some negatives?
that's huge. It's
um,
every single person that is trying to take CBD down and take this medicine down, whether it be governments or, I don't know.
You know,
It's-
we got to work with them and not against them.
Yeah.
You know, I got a story to tell, and I'm not going to name drop. I'd love to say there's this one producer in Maryland. They're a big multi-state operator, and you know they're kind of dominating the cannabis industry and the recreational market for dispensaries. And again, we're CBD, so we're Farm Bill, right? We're with the Department of Agriculture. We're federally compliant. None of our products contain more than 0.3% THC by dry weight, which is, you know, we make sure with our lawyers that we're keeping to that compliance, right? Oh, this is yours, brother. Coming to you. Yeah.
And I just need to like throw it to you.
But you know, a company that starts with like the sun that rises and ends with a med like medical, they got a bunch of dispensaries here in a bunch of other states, and these guys made it a point to put some line items in the recreational cannabis bill in Maryland that's really been detrimental to the hemp industry. I have a friend who's the vice president of a group called Maryland Healthy Alternatives, and he's a great man. He owned a great company. He had 5 brick and mortar locations that were wellness centers, and he's had to pivot those into head shops, to glass shops, and not be able to sell his holistic products based on what this guy did, which was paying lawmakers and senators that he had in his back pocket. I mean, this shit was on Fox News, the small checks he cut. I'm curious what the big ones were in backdoor meetings. But, you know, basically put a couple line items in so that he could monopolize and consolidate the hemp industry, affecting tens of thousands of employees in the state of Maryland, over 1,000 companies that are trying to make it and do it right, a good majority of them. Right, I wouldn't say all of them, but you know, there's a chunk of people like us that are actually trying to do it right. And we support them. We work together. We find each other in this industry. We cross market. We support each other at events and initiatives, right? But you know, I testified to the Maryland General Assembly. I didn't ever think I was going to be in that position to try and save my company. But you know, basically in the state of Maryland, fortunately, we're not brick and mortar. We're a manufacturer distributor, so we sell in the other states, right? So it hasn't really tarnished our business. It has hurt some of the other small business owners and entrepreneurs here in Maryland.
You know, Resynate in other than Maryland?
We're available in all 50 states, right? And we have some products
that shit, Scotty.
soon we're home. Yeah, man.
Wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever you are.
Shipping
48, 72 hours free shipping to your door. Hit up your man Twan P for a discount code for your first purchase. You know, he works with our team, bro.
Shipping anymore?
No one. We don't charge it to the customer. And guess what? Our payment processing, we sought out the best high-risk bank that could get our fees as low as possible so that these customers are not getting gouged and taking all the back-end fees. We take the hit. We cover the shipping. We take the hit because we want to get this out. We want to get this message out.
It's good
you know?
medicine. People need it. Yeah. So they need it.
And I know you guys come up against this.
And again, we're not making any claims here, so I'm not a doctor either.
No claims at all. We're just talking about.
No claims at all. You know, just our personal experience.
I know you guys come up against this a lot. But what's usually the hesitation? You both can answer this. When people first hear about CBD or THC, what's the things that you guys hear from them? Like what's the hesitation?
Fortunately, the stigma is going away. Less and less people are like, cannabis, stay away from me, you know? And more people are open. We go to a convention and people will put this on, we encourage you to read what's on the bottle. They'll just put it on their skin. They'll take a tincture. They'll take a capsule. People are more and more, the first couple conventions I did, I was shocked at how many people were willing to try. We had a few people, you know, cannabis.
We want to talk about the one DJ that was like, I smoke 8 Dutches a day. Your Delta 8 gummies are not going to affect me.
Oh.
Right?
You know,
yes.
This player was like, we were like, just take one. You can, guys, everyone listening, you can always take more. You cannot take less. And he said, oh, these things, Delta 8, that's like diet weed. But, you know, ours are organic and we don't use gelatin and we don't use binders that make it ineffective. Like a lot of gummies, you take a 25 milligram gummy, you're absorbing 3-5 milligrams. Ours, you're probably getting like 22, 23 on a good day because we use proper organic ingredients, vegan ingredients, right? So the bioavailability. This player was like, I'm going to take 6. And he was supposed to be, you know, I'm managing this guy, you know, DJ Throwdown, check him out, DMC champ, you know, 2 times for the U.S., best turntablist in the freaking world, in my opinion. But, you know, his buddy, and he just comes up and he's like, I'm going to take 6. And he didn't make the dinner. We caught up with him like 12 the next day. He was lost in his own hotel room.
Afternoon the next day.
Yeah, afternoon the next day. He was like, bro, I'm sorry, I fucked up. So there's actually
he did. He was like, I fucked up.
He's like, I fucked up. I didn't know where I was.
So it's real stuff. It's real shit.
So
we can talk about Nano too.
I don't know how many more times I can go around.
Hit me with it. You know, hit me with Nano.
10 to 1. 10 to 1.
Yeah, 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
So I'll hold
his
more
consumption
than I've had.
for the cannabis is 10 to 1 for me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
If we're gonna stay on the same level for the rest of this talk.
But we can't not. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
we
that's
gotta
what
stay in
we're here
rotation.
for. Yeah.
Yep. So
I'm like a puff pass.
Give me a little
Good strategy.
Not a little list, but give me so the question is, what ailments or illnesses does Resynate products help?
I would say
we can't really say
support.
that. You know,
can we say
we
that?
make products that are to support
potential
people.
benefits. Yeah.
All right.
Potential benefits.
So what?
So to be clear, like
illnesses
It would be
could
easier to
resonate.
name the list that there hasn't been research.
There hasn't been
on.
research
Yeah,
done on
that
it, but
makes it
everything
easier.
on
All
our
right.
site in our Learn More section, I encourage you to go there. It talks about our team, our personal bios, like where we came from, what our purpose is, and our intentions for this company. There's doctor-led videos and other education on there that will help you understand some of the science stuff we're talking about and how this ECS, this endocannabinoid system that every man, woman, and child has. You know, watch those videos, come to understand how this works with your body, and you will see research linked to NIH research, that's the only thing we can quote. That's the only thing we will quote. What we see is what we see, and you know, that story of my grandmother is not the first time I've seen that. You know, I know groups that are working with advanced suppositories and pushing what's called Ryan's Law. We're in talks with a group called, you know, Compassion Care that has been working to help to provide insurance reimbursement for people that want to seek alternative medicine, that don't want to go conventional therapies for things like cancer. So they should have an option. And, you know, what I can say is with my grandmother, I saw that the side effects of her chemo got much better once she was using some plant alternatives too. I watched the color come back in her face. I watched her be able to take herself to the bathroom. I watched her be able to drink water and eat food again. In a matter of 3 days, she went from gray colored skin, wasn't formulating sentences, eyes pretty much closed, going to the bathroom on herself, to having color in her face, eating, drinking, taking herself to the bathroom in 72 hours. That's what I witnessed. That's my personal experience. So
You said
yeah.
you said side effects. Can you touch more on that, because
And I
that's
was
really
gonna-
what CBD is
Yeah.
mitigating, is side effects from a lot of different ailments.
Yeah. So and I had that question for
So
you.
I
Things
use
that
it for
you're taking.
inflammation. I use it for
Yeah.
anxiety. I use it for sleep. We have something called CBN. So THC, what we're smoking on mostly right now. I'm sure there's some other minors in there, but I can tell that it's pretty high THC flower we got there, my dude.
Yeah, yes, sir. Just little
Yeah,
Obama run.
just a little Obama run
Yeah, just
to the man,
to the small blunt. You know?
yeah, to the tiny blunt.
So like if I used, cause you know, there's gonna be comments. There's gonna be people that you're talking. They don't like to listen because they just see the negative side of things sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And they say, well, you know, if I use that, whatever. So if I was to use, let's say the topical skin cream or the tinctures and stuff like that, is there a thing as too much, like overdose?
So
Like overdosing yourself?
everyone's
Not
experience
overdosing
is
like
totally
you're, you know,
different.
or overdosing yourself.
Yeah, everything is totally different. There's never been anyone that's overdosed on even cannabis, THC, the psychoactive stuff. When it comes to the non-psychoactive stuff, some people will get more of a drowsy effect from CBD than others, but that's a personal experience. So like I would say when you're first starting out with CBD products, if it's like a hefty dose, like 50 milligrams or more, try it at night first, right? Don't take it in the morning right before you gotta go hit the grind and go to work. But you know, try it at night, like before you're going down to bed, and see how it makes you feel. My stress relief tablets, you know, these are pharmacologist, toxicologist formulated. You know, the CEO of that company was a former oncologist, cancer doctor. So they got a good team that we've kind of partnered with to really refine some of our products and be able to bring them to scale to franchises. And we got a great wholesale platform. So if people listening, you know, you got anything in the health and wellness, you know, supplement, the yoga studios, meditation centers, spas. Even if you got a smoke shop, we got products for you
So
too.
you're telling me basically,
But,
like,
yeah, we got
over
something for
time,
everyone.
Like, I use the topical, I use the lotions, the oils, I do all that over time. Been using it for 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if I'm doing that, right? There's no effect that's gonna come happening to like my body, my skin.
Not at all.
Not
Your
that we know of, not
endocannabinoid
from any.
system
Yeah,
is gonna be back
it's,
in
it's,
balance.
It's made for it. It brings balance. It takes that circuit breaker and makes sure everything's turned on.
Yeah.
There's no,
You
know,
don't sip smoke, so I just
no
like to
electronic
say
surges.
it because I know it, but a lot of
Yeah.
people they don't.
Yeah.
And the lack of knowledge is sometimes the drawback people have towards stuff.
It's the biggest drawback.
It's the biggest one,
Yeah.
of course. You know, and it's like.
And you got the people that are like, nah, man, I'm good. I just want to get high. But it's like, you got to understand if you're taking these other parts of its, you know, the brother to cannabis. You know, cannabis is the female, hemp is the male genetic. These all work synchronistically together. It's cool to get high all the time. If that's your medicine, that's your medicine. But take the other parts of the plant that through genetic breeding and trying to get these higher THC products that everyone, that's where the money goes, right? People want that shit that's like 36%. Yeah, I want that, right? But in doing so and pushing the genetic grid so far and talking to master growers that I know and people that do like pharmaceutical grade, like deep water culture, like next level hydroponics, where the water's like.
I've heard about it. I've never seen it. I
Yeah,
wanna
no,
see it
it's
live
a
and
real,
in
it's a
action.
real deal, man.
You know what it is, people. One of my favorite times in the show. Crazy sales stories time.
Oh, here we
I don't
go.
care about what
Here we go.
arena you were in, what genre of sales you were doing. I just want to hear something crazy about sales that you guys
I gotta
had to
ponder
encounter.
this for a moment, my
All
man.
right, all right, all right. Yes, sir.
All right,
So
I'll go, I'll
whenever
go.
you're ready.
You got this? All
Yeah,
right.
I got this. So, did we talk previously about eBay? I have no clue.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're
we
halfway
did.
through this
We
back.
did.
So
Halfway? No. Can't
Heavy,
even get
heavy,
started.
heavy into eBay since like age 9. I'm actually banned from eBay, which I guess is a whole nother sales story.
Of many platforms
I gotta
you've been
hear.
banned from.
I gotta hear both of these things.
PayPal's jacked,
Actually, that-
Venmo's jacked, whole family's PayPal's
That's what-
jacked.
that one-
Shut it down.
That's my story. That's actually much better than what I was. I was just gonna say I just bought and sold like iPads and shit to pay for college, but like.
You gotta let me
hustle's
know
real.
why you're banned. Off
So
this.
no, that's not even it. It's crazy. It is, and I hate to throw this under the bus. It is this. I was on the low, breaking every terms of service across the board on eBay, Etsy, Square, because I would sell CBD products. This is the vilification that these industries have against cannabis medicine. So I've been banned. Oh man, just from everything. I can't use PayPal. I can't use Cash App. Our company, like all of my family members have been banned because
This was Smack Shop days.
yeah.
You know?
This was
not
this
the Resynate,
this
just to
was
be
Smack
clear.
Shop.
Not only
you know?
T-shirts we're
Yeah.
putting here, but we selling CBD.
Yeah.
You know,
CBD products. I'm
shame
not
on
selling-
you.
I'm not selling THC.
You believe
like,
that
come
shit's
on.
Schedule 1 in China now? You do 7 years for possession of CBD.
are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious, man.
Man,
How sad is that?
medicine.
Hey, I
How
love
sad is
China,
that?
but I'm not coming.
It's
To be honest, can't do that.
I want to see the Great Wall, but I ain't
Yeah, I
coming.
want to see the Great Wall. I'm gonna look at pictures online. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just leave it where it is, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love y'all though. You know what I'm saying? It's Scottie.
Yeah, I got a recent story actually. You know, I'm working on another project as director of business development. Met a mentor about a year back when I was down at Rolling Loud Festival. My homie was the executive chef at Nobu.
Rolling Loud.
Yeah, we were in the Loud Club sitting next to Busta Rhymes actually. It's pretty cool. Eating kilos of caviar and tomahawk steaks,
Kilos of
courtesy
caviar and
courtesy of my
tomahawk
executive
steaks.
chef friend. It
Man,
was,
come on,
it was
man.
living large,
Huh?
man. It was living large. People paying $3,400 for those keys of caviar, mind you. Anyhow, I met with a mentor down there that I was connected with, and he's a member of the Jewish community and had connections in Israel and connections to the group. Dr. Rafi McCollum was the guy that kind of discovered the endocannabinoid system. He was a doctor out of Israel in about 1992. So this is pretty new science, and what's unfolded is crazy. And we connected, and he got the U.S. patent on this genetic from outside of Jerusalem, I believe. And the mothering cloning facility was in Spain. They were processing it with water extraction in Italy. But this plant, it's Cannabis sativa L, but it produces what is essentially the stem cell of the plant. It's the prenatal vitamin. They call it the mother of all cannabinoids, CBG. Like gangsta, CBG. And so that is what THC comes from. That is what CBD comes from. Everything starts as CBG and then converts based on its genetic, whether it's male, female, so on and so forth. But this plant just keeps producing that, right? And there's been research as it being neuroprotective and good for the gut. And it's good for, you know, potentially for pain relief. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial. There's tons of research showing those things. But, you know, this genetic, we had to find a place to grow it. They did a research study with Cornell last year. So to get to the answer to your question, a friend of mine who's got a green thumb of 15 years, I believe his father actually up in Harford County, Maryland, was like the original guy on High Times for his skunk genetic. So he's been doing this since the guerrilla days, right? Like four-wheelers up in the woods and shit.
We got a link. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna link like a Cuban chain. We got a link. You know what I'm saying?
He's a hunter, right, and a farmer, and he knew some people in the Amish community because where he lives. So he had this idea, like we're gonna take this patented plant, we're gonna revamp this business and come in and we're gonna grow this with the Amish, the people that have literally been growing for 300 freaking years. Mind you, these guys have been growing hemp and CBG and CBD varieties for like 4 or 5 years now. Like they were first on it because they knew its medicinal benefits, right? They used it. They used the plant. They don't do the THC thing. You know, they're very pure life. But you know,
Great way of life, man.
we had to go sell these guys on growing our genetic, and they've been burned by the English people, like not picking up like hundreds of pounds of CBD and like
I've
not
sold
paying them
Amish
for the
people
crop.
before. It
It ain't easy,
fucking with
man.
it,
They're
you know?
business people, but they're growers. That's what they do, man. It's tried and true. Like these guys are out there barefoot. There's no gasoline, no pesticides. Like everything's by hand, right? We got 25,000 plants growing with them. We roll up there. It's after lights out. They don't use electricity. They take us in this shady ass barn, right? And this is a barn where they're like processing vegetables to load into reefer trucks, and they bust out the lanterns, and these guys are just like, just grilling us with their caps on, right?
Suspenders
So,
and white shirts.
You know, they drilled us, man. That's the first time I've been in a business transaction. I was a little bit nervous, like, how is this gonna end, right? Like, there's no lights. We got a couple lanterns going. These guys are grilling us. They're big and they look angry. Like, what are these guys trying to take from us? We ended up busting out snacks and like sharing some CBD products with them, and they started cracking jokes and talking trash on themselves a little bit, just jokingly about, you know, kind of how rigid they are and how strict they are in their lifestyle. But yeah, we landed that deal, and they're contracted for us now. They're growing 25,000 plants on 5 USDA organic farms out there barefoot every day, taking care of these plants, and we're just overseeing it. So stay tuned for some stuff on CBG.
Oh yeah.
That'll be coming soon. But yeah,
And you know, in my ventures, we've had conversations, you know, off camera. My ventures are doing state-to-state sales. I've definitely encountered the Amish community.
you want to talk the story about how we met? Speaking of sales,
Hold on, real quick. 'Cause we're getting into this thing. Hold on, this is a lesson for the fans at home. You guys, suggest me a product over here. I'm starting to get a little amped up. A little, you know, I need to come right back down. CBD's gonna
That's
help.
gonna be CBD.
CBD's gonna help. Plus, we need to do a little maintenance on this side.
Okay. That's exactly what I was going to
CBD
grab.
is
Hey, look,
the antidote.
That's it right there.
The tincture, it's sublingual,
It
it's
is,
fast
it is.
absorption.
Very
Full
fast
spectrum.
But
Full
believe it or not, you take that dab that's just way too big and you're feeling floored and you want to come back.
Exactly.
This is the yin to your yang.
Under
This
your
will
tongue.
rebalance
So in order
you
for me
on
to
your
keep
tongue.
going, I have not 10 to 1. 10 to 1.
10 to 1 ratio
So
over
true.
here.
I've been holding on. You know what I'm saying?
A little blitz
We
here,
need
my
it.
guy.
We need it. Watch, and we're gonna walk the people at home. We'll tell you when we're coming.
I was holding on to the blunt like a
30,
dying
60
relationship.
seconds
I was
under the
doing it.
tongue.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because
Here
I'm
you
like,
go, man. I got you loaded up.
Hold on.
I'll trade you. Let's give it back to the 10 to
Lean
1.
on me
You're already loaded.
when you're not strong. Yeah.
thank you.
Hey, we strong,
Yeah,
bro.
you know,
We just
so-
know balance.
Yeah.
So CBD tincture, and this is a peppermint tincture, so it's just very smooth. Sesame oil.
Pure
Explain that.
peppermint oil and sesame oil. So sesame oil, we get the most expensive sesame oil money can buy, cold pressed organic.
Everything
Highly
organic,
refined.
vegan when we vegan.
Yeah, vegan when we
Organic.
can.
And come on, you can't beat that.
Give it to the plants.
You're hearing it here.
Look up the potential benefits of peppermint. It's known for helping with inflammation and things like that. And it's got a lot of healing
Stimulates hair
properties.
growth. It does all kind of stuff.
It does.
That
It
is.
does.
Yep.
The sesame oil is really rich in fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6. So in terms of carrier oil, right? A lot of companies are using either hemp seed oil and CBD isolate. We use CBD isolate for cats and dogs. They don't have the same system we do.
So you're saying you have dog treats?
We have dog treats, man. We got dog treats.
Shut the front door.
If
Yeah.
your dog is anxious,
Mine is.
my dog, I gave her 3 of them before I left the house. I was like,
My good
She'll
my
come
good
back
buddy had to put our boy
super
Dietz down a couple of days ago, man. His American Bulldog, 12 years old, and he got lung cancer. And he was like, hey, I need your help. I ran down there Friday with my girl and brought dinner and hung out with our pup. He was good friends with my dog before he got put down. And we brought him some CBD tincture with sesame oil. And to watch this dog's breathing literally just get calmed and relaxed. And he just chilled out. You could see the pain and the anxiety. And he just like relaxed and chilled with us. We were feeding him the same tincture we take, right? So it works.
pets have
But
no clue.
they have no
like
clue.
You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
them, you want to be able to communicate with them to feel better, them to communicate with you. But if they're anxious, they're through the roof. You know, their heart's going and all
Yeah, I
that.
got American
This
Bulldog, so I already know. Yeah.
just brings them right down. It's heartbreaking to see. When you leave the house and they're just crying because you're gone, it's heartbreaking.
Separation
to see.
anxiety.
If there's something that can help, that's natural, and that hits their endocannabinoid system, they've got one too.
Oh yeah, they're like
So for those of you people that love your dog or pet, snake, whatever, more than people you see on the street asking for change. You know what I'm saying? I love my pets. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my pets. This is a great supplement that you can give them that is very beneficial to them and it won't harm them at all.
Real quick, you guys, it's been like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Right back down, right?
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. It works.
It works. Yeah.
It works.
I was telling you guys earlier, you know, again off camera, that one of my friends plays basketball. I play basketball with. He's a little older than me. He's like 40-something years old. He had his knee thing going. I was like, hey, my man, like, what happened? He was like, playing ball, Twine, playing ball. I'm like, well, you know, I got something for you, though. And he was like, well, what is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, da-da-da, take these drops, you know, take a gram, you know, a 0.5 of it, put it under your tongue. He was like, all right, well, can I just do the, you know, the whole little pump thing? I was like, sure, go ahead.
Of course.
Of course you had. Like, go ahead. You said it's hurting real bad, right? All right, so he took it. I'm like, let me know how you feel in like 15, 30 minutes. I'm talking about, he said, man, I feel so good. My knee feels so good, fam.
Inflammation is the #1 target.
And I went and
And
grabbed my bag.
it's a cause of pain, right?
I went and grabbed my
It's a
bag.
cause of everything.
Gave him
You
the
can take an
oil.
Advil and mask it for 4 hours, right?
I gave my man the oil. He bought the oil and the lotion.
Nice.
And the next day, I seen this guy at 11 o'clock in the morning, like setting up for my side job. And this guy's like, man, as soon as I put that stuff on my the pain was gone.
It's very
man. Like
fast
I'm talking about,
acting.
it was like, and then he said that, you know, he needed to re-up on the dosage around 5 o'clock. So from 11 to 5 o'clock, he didn't have any pain.
That's good.
And that's
And it was instant relief.
That's his testimony,
regimen.
right?
Yeah,
that's his
his
regimen.
He found a regimen that works for him. That same thing is not going to work for everybody. So
Right.
you have to find what works for you.
So-
We got a 30-day tracking journal you can download on our site to like track your progress, what time you took it, what was your application, what were the results, kind of check in, do an inventory each night. Like we want to encourage people to like tap into your body, listen to it, like try these different things, find the application, find the product that's right for you. We got something for about everything.
Okay.
And if you
And
need to
speaking
take,
of that,
if you need to take twice as much, some people, you know,
Yeah.
they'll take 4 tablets to crush.
Oh,
thank you for saying that because
I'm
people need
like,
to
I'm
hear
like
that.
150 milligrams of CBD a day.
Okay.
But you
That's
know,
his
I
level.
take
Yeah,
a
and
lot.
that's your
My
level because
level.
everybody has a high.
I wake up like a hummingbird. I take it just so
Most
I can
people are
stay
not
calm and wear all the hats I
smoking
wear.
This is like a week's worth
No,
of
that's
weed.
nighttime for me. Guys, I don't
Some
smoke
people,
cannabis
you know
in the
what I'm saying?
morning.
They're like, man, you smoking that whole thing?
That's true.
Yeah,
I
you
You
could
can
not-
see the sun's down, so
I
I'm
couldn't
good
do
to
anything
smoke
off
now.
this.
it's all about tolerance, right? So if your tolerance sometimes is higher, you may need higher
Exactly,
doses. But what we're
exactly.
saying is it's not going to be harmful to you.
The good thing is you don't really get a crazy tolerance with CBD though. Think of it like a, you know, we can't call it a dietary supplement per the FDA, but think of it like a supplement. Like, you know, I take my omega-3 for heart health every day. I take my vitamin C with quercetin for immunity and lung health every day. I take vitamin D in the winter so I can get a little extra sunlight that I'm losing. I take the CBD every day to bring homeostasis to my central nervous system, to calm my anxiety, to keep me cool, calm, and collected throughout the day. I drink CBD-infused coffee that we make right there.
Coffee is
Yeah.
so good.
Because guess what? I could drink 3 cups
Listen.
and I still ain't got
Man, what
the
you talking
jitters.
about? Listen.
I still ain't got the
We
jitters.
went to the festival, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple.
We serve it
a
up
couple
at every
cups,
event.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Of course.
Every
It brings the people in just like
fucking
music.
delicious. And I'm not even, I'm be honest, I'm not a coffee drinker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That shit was fucking delicious.
I mean, it's
Like,
he
it-
sourced some of the best. You know, we don't obviously grow the coffee bean, but he sourced some of the best. What is it? Colombian, Arabica, medium body.
These are smack shop days.
Yeah.
I wanted a coffee that I could just buy it, bag it, sell it, because people were asking for it. They wanted a CBD coffee. They'd seen it around. What they tried, or if they tried anything, didn't work. And it was all isolates. We got to get to that in a minute.
You get a headache, man.
But so yeah, every time
We were talking about it's good for dogs and cats, not for humans. It's like trying to hit a long-range bullseye with a bow and arrow, and you never shot a bow before.
Exactly.
It's going down like
It's
young
going
Jock.
down. You ain't hitting the
So-
receptor.
Or
You
up,
ain't getting
and
the
everybody
benefit.
run. You know.
So I get caffeinated and a headache. That fucking sucked. So I sourced my own beans, which are Columbia Supremo. Like I consider one of the best.
Oh, they're
beans there is.
fire. No, it's. I'm a coffee snob, so
And
you
we
got
do
me
it,
sold, brother.
And we do it right.
You got me sold.
And we do it right. So we put in full spectrum CBD.
We can't tell them the
Flat,
secret
you know?
sauce, but yeah, we ain't using the oils. We ain't using the oils because the oils will give you a headache and are
No
rendered
isolates. No.
So
essentially ineffective.
So-
So check your labels. Don't buy stuff that says like
go along
come to
with
us.
you guys, because the subject we're on right now. Before you get in, I want you to explain how we came about to meet. But
Oh, you're gonna tell that story.
before that,
I'll tell it.
but before that,
I was here. That was great.
it was so ironic, right? The irony.
I love it.
But I want you guys to Answer me this. Resynate did research on what?
Everything.
And explain it to the people, because some people that's watching don't know
We didn't.
exactly
Oh, I know. Yeah, NIH.
Yeah,
what it does. Like, you know,
NIH,
yeah.
your National Institute of Health for our country,
There you go.
did research.
I'll let you run it down.
And you know, we followed a lot of this research just to study
And this is
ourselves, because
all
knowledge is
backed
power,
up.
right?
all back.
Resynate.com. Click the link, and every study on everything we're about to say
It's
has
from
been done
the
by
NIH. Yeah,
There it is.
PTSD, lupus, arthritis, fibromyalgia, panic attacks, inflammation, relaxation, insomnia, nausea, cancer, anxiety, glaucoma, depression, sleep apnea, tumor therapy, Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, epilepsy and seizures, and severe and chronic pain. So I think that about sums it up.
Yeah.
We live.
I'm about to say, anybody, if
we
anybody
live in
wants
the
a
country of
Christmas present, he just
autoimmune
wrapped that shit up.
disease and-
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I mean?
That picks it right on the head.
that's
right
all
there.
we
So
could fit on
do
the
your
page.
research. Look at what the government's done. You know, we know it's there. It's just the push hasn't happened yet. Thank God today I read that the our National Health Institute and whoever runs the healthcare department for the country requested that they sign off to the DEA descheduling cannabis medicine from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3. So that's a start. You know, that's a start. That's a push in the right direction. But to have that labeled next to something like heroin that's out there that people are addicted to and dying, right? I've lost friends to the opioid epidemic. I've seen addiction. You know,
Yeah.
we live outside of Baltimore, brother. You've seen it.
Rest in
You
heaven.
know,
You know
the
what I'm saying?
fentanyl
I've
that's being
seen it
pumped
all
into
over
our
it, the
country. It's
family and all.
sickening.
Yeah.
It's sickening. You can still enjoy yourself and get high, but like the answers are in the plants. Go find yourself some mushrooms. Go, you know,
Yeah,
go
holistic,
grow
yeah.
yourself some
Just do it,
cannabis
yeah.
and roll yourself a spliff.
Tell
like
you
we're
right now,
smoking right
mushrooms
now.
are like self, like
know what I mean?
they're like, you're not doing anything. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You're tapping into your
tapping-
consciousness.
Yeah, that's all.
Tapping into self-awareness.
Ain't no
and,
wrong with that. You know?
you
I
know.
like penis envy personally. That's like
That's the shit. It's weird they called it that.
Yeah, right.
But
It's crazy they call it.
It doesn't
that,
give
but-
me that. I
But you know,
promise.
it's a great, it's a great amplifier of my personality already, because I'm high energy.
Yeah.
I'm
I microdose with my
I'm
father.
very determined. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. So it's like it helps me along and like settles me out, because I can be so anxious, like genuine.
You gotta
also.
tap into here.
But once
There's
it-
too much
boom.
going on out here.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is where it's at.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it.
Yep,
With
most
all
definitely.
this stuff.
You know, we utilize other plants too, like our stress relief tablets. I know many people may have heard of ashwagandha, right? There's been a lot of studies with that, with depression, anxiety, and rest. We got ashwagandha, we got B complex, D3, you know, multiple beneficial vitamins compounded with CBD, valerian root, right? These are all plants. These are all God's seeds. And vitamins are essential in our food supply now. First of all, if you're shopping at like regular grocery stores and Walmart for your groceries, like you're not really getting nutritious food. You know, our soil's so messed up and climate change changing that like we can't get the 90 essential vitamins and nutrients we need on a daily basis
Never lied
to
about
live
that.
to 130 years old like we should be able to.
we should be able to.
We should be. We're built to live 130 years.
This stuff's
There's
a
science
good,
that proves
This stuff
it.
is a good start.
But you know what I
It's a real
mean?
good
Yep.
start.
That's
You
why.
know,
That's why
I know a
use-
Native American man that we work with that, or woman, her grandfather lived to 114 years old. This man used cannabis his whole life. He slept out on the ground under the stars, walked barefoot, grew his own food. You know what I mean?
That's how you do it right there, man. That's the best way to do it.
And he died in his
because
sleep.
if you know what
and
you're
he died
putting
in
in
his sleep, not from
you know
a
what I'm saying?
disease.
If I'm growing the stuff that I'm putting into my body, I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just guessing going to the store.
Read your labels.
Yeah.
You know,
and organic. You can slap organic on anything. You know what I'm saying? But this is like you said. it's
Every
been
one of
proven.
our
There's
labels.
levels to that
Yeah.
shit.
Every
There's
one of our
levels to that
labels,
shit.
you can take it right back. You can see everything that's in it. Explain a COA.
Let's talk. COA is
anybody-
COA means Certificate of Authenticity. That is a lab result that we've looked at analytics, and unfortunately, most of our customers, I'd say maybe 1 in 50, actually looks at it. We go the extra mile. We follow cannabis compliance, even though we're Farm Bill and hemp company, to do full panel testing. Right? People may have heard of like Cat 2 and Cat 3 testing, but full panel testing, when only what's required is potency. It's good to know that I'm taking something that says it's 25 milligrams and it's 25 milligrams because I know my dose, right? But I also want to know, is there pesticides in this? Is there herbicides, fungicides, mycotoxins, stuff that can cause autoimmune disease in and of itself, like poison in it, right? Heavy metals that leach through that were maybe grown in the soil where the cannabis or hemp product was grown and wasn't properly extracted and then BHO or CO2 or there's residual solvents left over
If
that,
you have
that
if
harm
you
your
smoke
body.
cannabis, you have ingested all of the BHO.
Yeah, you
all that.
we all have.
All of
yeah,
it.
we all
Yeah,
have.
we all have.
This is
Especially, it's a
tested
learning
to
curve,
say.
right?
Yeah, it is a learning
it's
curve.
a learning curve. So know your source, and unfortunately, I don't even trust a lot of stuff that's on the shelves in the legal market these days, because there's just so much big money behind, this whole mission to get cannabis out there, because people are drinking less and smoking less cigarettes and they're moving to cannabis. So you got to figure those big guys are trying to mitigate their losses and getting involved. Right?
Talk about the vapes and stuff, because I know that like I'm a big person on I like organic. You know what I'm saying? Like everything to do with organic. So if it could be grown, if it's holistic, if it's something that goes good with
And the way it's extracted,
and the way it's extracted, right? And so speak about that, because I know that there's there's a negative shadow that's on the
It's always a
vaping,
stipulation.
and because again, that stuff, that BS stuff that's out there, that gas station stuff, of course.
The stuff that are putting people in hospitals. giving
I
them
mean,
lung.
yes, because I mean, it's like, and
awful.
most, I would say it's what, 20. We have the ages of what, 12 to 25, then 26 to what, 47. Let's just say those ages, right? Yeah. Most of that age span is people, people are vaping. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are coming from the younger ages, which is like from that 12-year-old to the 26. And you know what I'm saying? Like people that are in schools, So
it makes it tough to regulate.
Yeah,
So that's why, vapes, we have for our customer base that likes the vapes, that's not our focus. It's definitely not our focus as a company.
It is the fastest acting.
It is fast
like you
acting
mentioned
for
before.
inhalation, but we don't use any kind of propylene glycol or vegetable glycerin or vitamin E acetate, which was going in and
Yes,
causing
sir.
lung disorders.
Yes, sir.
We
Talk
use,
about it.
We use category 3 tested distillate that's full panel tested to make sure it has none of those things we discussed, no pesticides, no heavy metals, and we only add botanical terpenes to it, so they're not synthetic.
Just to give it a flavor.
Just to give it the
cannabis
flavor
strain.
back, because when you extract to a distillate, you lose all the terpene profile. That's your flavor. That's the Obama Runts flavor we're smoking on right now, because it's natural flower.
I'm a true advocate of this company. Not only that, I'm an ambassador for this company in the state of Maryland. But
How did you become an ambassador with us?
Well, I want you to tell this story, guys.
All right.
It's so ironic that both of you guys, are here. All right, guys. So tell me the story about, again, how this came about.
How we met the one and only Twan P.
This was fate.
This was fate. Yeah, this was the universal alignment. So Rob and I were in a business meeting, kind of structuring some stuff for the website and getting some literature and education done. And
we had just gotten these hats. Do you
Oh
wanna show this off?
yeah, we just got the hats, man. They Resynate.
I definitely do
right on
have
the side.
Resynate.
Little black 5-panel cap. Oh, it's even got a nice little stash pocket right here on the
Boom.
side.
What?
You can
Boom.
fit
Of course.
full
Oh, yeah. Oh,
pre-rolls,
yeah.
your vape, whatever. We do have the swag too.
Yeah.
But this guy rolled up with his swag, and he was selling this degreaser that kind of worked on everything. It was, he walked up and sold me on. He polished my doorknob and made it shiny again. It was like, look at this light on your busted Jeep over there, man. My second vehicle.
The rarest
We're gonna
I've
clean
ever
that up. Watch.
seen.
And he only cleaned one of them for the sale, right? Because if he cleaned the second one, then the job would have already been done. He knew I needed that bottle. So
I hit the mold and mill.
Hell of a
Yeah.
salesman.
I
Hell of a
mean-
salesman. And he needed this hat.
and 20 puns and 15 jokes, like fast rollers in the first 10 minutes. Like he was just on it. So I was like, hey man, you want to come inside? Like we got to talk. I was like, Rob, we got to sit with this guy for a second. The rest is kind of history, but we hooked him up with some swag and one of these hats and some of our vapes, and we started working together pretty quick.
Oh yeah. Oh
There
yeah.
we go.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting for it.
I'm a marijuana connoisseur, and I love every aspect about weed. Some people just they refer themselves as potheads because they just like to smoke and not be. I'm a productive smoker, but I love the act of rolling. I love the holistic properties that it brings to the table. I love trying some of the best and purest weeds that's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And as a connoisseur, I have a high tolerance. I've been smoking for a little bit since I was 19.
It's impressive.
I'm 38 now, but
Very impressive.
It's impressive.
I want to, some of my go people to smoke with: Snoop, Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying?
You
yeah,
got
you know,
this.
yeah. But
You got this.
but Wiz Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
You
that.
can hold your own.
Oh yeah,
for
oh
sure.
yeah, oh almost definitely. You guys.
I seen Wiz at a concert
Yeah,
once.
yeah,
He was
yeah. You said
blowing
you
up.
guys
Yeah.
been around me, you know. So yeah, you know I smoke. So but no, one thing I love about Resynate is that I was sold when you said this a holistic THC CBD company. Then I came inside. You guys broke down. You made me very knowledgeable, and I think that's the
Education is
the
key.
education portion is what had me all in like a hand of like a card of hands, like some cards in your hand rather. And when I was aware of what was going on, I was like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. I love marijuana. They deal with marijuana on a scale that most people are not even fathoming, and most people aren't even knowledgeable about. Well, why shouldn't I be a part of this? Yeah, so
You gotta
so-
get both, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah, you know
the
what I'm
yin
saying?
and the yang.
So it was a wonderful experience and a wonderful opportunity, and I just jumped on it like a bucking bull. That's all it was. So but I appreciate you guys for the opportunity, especially because again, it's being knowledgeable for me. I hear a lot of people, I've seen a lot, and people say, "Hey man, I got the best stuff. I got the best vapes and da 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 da." That's fine and all, but what's in it? What's the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you really?
yeah, like, do you really know what's in it? And I'm asking these questions. If you can't give me that answer, I'm not that kind of person who's like, oh, well, let me
I'm
try
just
it out
gonna
anyway.
buy from you, yeah.
I-
You know.
I love what my body does for me because it keeps me moving and grooving.
That's why we go
So-
out and spend our time doing like the events and stuff that you've been to with us, is to get front and center in front of people and let them try the products. Let
If
them
you
come back
try
around
it,
and talk
there's
to us.
something
you know?
on your body that you can put this on or ingest.
that might help you.
Exactly.
That might potentially
Might
benefit
potentially
you.
help. It potentially benefited me. Let's say that. It potentially benefited
to
to
that.
RP. Cheers to that. All right, so give me you guys' vision of Resynate in the next 5 to 10 years.
Every single person has tried it.
What's our customer retention rate?
Oh
We
my
did the
goodness.
analytics on it.
We have-
96%.
We've never done a return since 2012.
One exchange.
One exchange, and they just didn't like peppermint, which I
Talk
get
that
it.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
So
proof is in the
and
pudding.
try that shit.
If it
please.
works,
We need your support.
It works.
We need your
always say
support
it.
so we can keep doing
Why
what we're
wait?
doing.
Resynate. You know what I'm saying? Why wait?
5-year vision. So we got these vending machines we're working on that have federally approved
I've
ID
seen
reading
them.
systems in them, and it's we got it dialed in with the software and everything to be able to go through a payment processor where you
So
can
you saying I could just walk up to this
yeah,
machine?
just walk up to your machine. We want that in
Scan your
hotels
ID,
and
your
clubs. You know, come get your spray, your tincture, grab a vape, some chapstick. You can take a bath bomb if you
Bath
want. We got
bomb.
gummies, tablets, capsules, topical salve that we talked about, the tinctures, the tablets. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to just walk up to a wall, hit the digital touch screen, get your education. So we'd love to deploy those. That's definitely a long-term goal. And we really we want to, tie in with more medical professionals. Like I was saying, our chief medical officer was an Ivy League professor, taught for UPenn. He brought a lot to the table. He was worked with a board of nurse practitioners to educate cannabis physicians in the state of Maryland and Virginia. So as a background in understanding cannabis and in his knowledge and what he learned, he's a brilliant guy. He was like, whoa, like there's so much other stuff that the hemp plant has to offer. And he met us and he was kind of given the ultimatum. They were like, this is a conflict of interest. Do you want to work with Resynate, or you want to, keep doing the consultancy stuff with us? Working with dispensaries and doing medical card prescriptions and stuff. And he was like, I'm going to go with Resynate,
Which
says
says
so much. And he's been an asset to our team. We got an amazing chief marketing officer, a disabled veteran who's a friend of mine I went to military school with, who's our CFO,
Okay.
He's the backbones to our numbers and analytics, and so we can make
military
sure.
discount on the site.
Yeah, we got a military discount on the site. We run discounts, sign up, get our emails. We're not obnoxious. We don't blast
Education.
them. We send out education. We
educate.
send out specials all the time and run specials all the time.
all the time.
You'll never get an email without
And
a
what's
discount.
what's your ambassador code? Is it Twan P?
Yep, Swampy.
Twan P.
Put in
You type in
Twan
Twan P, TWONP, at your checkout as your
You get-
discount
hold
code.
on, you
You're
get
getting 30% off your first
30%
purchase.
off.
Bam. Don't play with it.
30% off.
Yeah.
Use it.
Type it in, people. You know what I'm saying?
TWONP,
Hey, yeah.
the one and only.
Don't blame me, blame my mama. She had
And
me.
if you have used a product, please review it.
We give you
live
$5.
off of reviews.
You leave one review, we leave you $5 in your account. That's a credit towards any next purchase.
You get a
So leave
$5
4 reviews,
gift
that's
card.
$20. You get a free product.
Boom, boom,
And we pay for the
boom.
shipping.
Bam.
Resynate.com,
Please, it's good
RESYNATE.com.
They're killing the game, man. I'm telling you, killing the game. And
Come
it's on
resonate with us.
Yeah, it's on the rise like bread. I'm telling you. So let me ask you guys this: what advice could you guys give to a group, dynamic duo, a quartet, a single person that's scared, hesitant to get into this kind of business, or in it and they're not doing some of that groundwork to move themselves along? What kind of advice would you give to these people?
To not expect that you're going to take your knowledge, skills, and abilities from some other sector that you worked in sales. Like for me, it was finance and residential lending, right? I thought I could just step in here and just apply everything I knew in the sales and with my knowledge of the hemp plant and cannabis to kind of tie my entrepreneurial studies degree together with it and do what I set out to do, which was serve people first and then hope that the money will come later. Our mission is to serve. We want to help people.
It is.
Because we saw it helped ourselves. So my advice is don't think you're going to come in and not walk into a spider web of red tape and constantly shifting legislation and having to be on your P's and Q's and make sure you're compliant and legal. There's a lot to it,
Be on point like a big pin.
The black market's dissolving, That's a part of many people I know's past that came into this industry came from the black market. The guerrilla grows in California and stuff like that. You don't think they just trained some guy that worked for Johnson & Johnson to come over and be a master grower overnight. Like these guys got 20 years experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been doing
So,
it. You know what I'm saying?
there's a lot of red tape and there's a lot of, manipulative sales profit focused companies that are selling garbage, but it's marketed so well and people are so blind to it that they just, we're consumers and they don't want to do their due diligence. They don't want to check the labels, the test results, and know where their products are actually sourced. They'll just take what's fed to them, and that's sad. So don't think you can come in here and cut corners, because you will get weeded out eventually. And the people that are doing it tried and true, it's happening. This company's dropping. But long term, we hope it just continues to happen, right? And that,
Most definitely.
this won't just be run by big corporations. There will be boutique companies that, as they scale, maintain quality control and ensure that what they're doing is for the right reasons.
Most definitely.
To get people quality products that work.
And Robbie?
Don't do it. Run. Get out. Run. First off, your competition. Why would I help you? That's what I say about that. Run. Seriously, run. I'm banned from everything. I wanted to sell something online the other day, and I logged in, and I fucking remembered that I couldn't. I literally cannot use these services. PayPal, I'm banned. It's awful.
So,
run.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and you got a lot of people that got a big head start too. So, but knowledge is power.
know.
Educate yourself, and if you do, you'll have a seat with us. Come grow with us.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And even the ones that's ahead, listen, you're going to get tired. And we're going to be right there on your ass.
Come on, baby.
Because that's exactly what happens. Like, I see sales as that. It doesn't matter who's in front
Karma's
now.
a real thing. I'm a strong believer in it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter who's here now. Some things, like the thing that you are dependent on now, is not going to be here in the next few years. And that's how most things are that aren't really founded on organics and being from the heart. And a lot of people can weed through that shit very easily and be like, this whole time this wasn't even for me. I should have been doing what Resynate was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was upset at myself when I found out, when you guys introduced me to it. I said, this whole time? You know what I'm saying? Like, where was I at, right?
The perfect time.
Perfect
We
timing.
just got in the
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah.
Just perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. And again, it's been a pleasure having Mr. Scottie and Mr. Robbie, the CEOs of Resynate itself, on the Sip, Smoke, and Sales show.
Wait, we're not done.
We're not done?
We're not not done.
What are we doing?
Spark that shit back up.
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
He said, you ain't closing this shit on me.
Finish. I've
We
never
gotta
seen the
finish.
show,
All right,
but
look,
we
hey,
gotta finish.
hey, what you want to
We
talk?
started
Yeah, all right.
this. Shit.
Let's restart it then.
I don't know
See what
we're
happens
talking
when you
about.
get this
got
guy
the
high?
questions. Are you out of questions?
No, I'm not out of question. What do you guys want to talk about, man? So I want to get in since we're gonna do a little more extension on it, right? Like a
Does
chord.
anyone need to pee? I'm just playing.
I'm good, like Campbell soup. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go into the products
First off,
itself.
Scott mentioned something about Advil earlier, which has a ton of side effects. Yeah, I won't get into that.
You can read the side effects.
Talk about the pain relief tablets. First off, every single person I've told to try these for like serious pain, I'm talking menstrual cramps, kidney stones, knee surgery, whatever that's called, post-knee surgery.
Said they had good results. Yeah.
Very good results. Everyone's different.
It's really rich in multiple types of magnesium, right? So if you got a problem with magnesium, most people don't. I'd say over 99% of people don't.
We saw this happen live. We were at an event. This dude could
He
not
took a
walk.
bunch. He took like 4 of them. Yeah, he took a handful of them.
And he was up on
he
the
came
dance
in
floor.
limping. He was vending with us at a nightclub in DC.
So you telling me he was
Did a
doing a
wellness
stinky
event.
leg after?
Oh, he was. Oh man,
He didn't
yeah.
even want to be there. He was in a seat. He couldn't stand.
Oh man.
And then he was shuffling like an hour later. It was like, this changed my life.
Blessing him,
So-
blessing him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got other grass ingredients,
He came back
which is
if it
why
works.
why it says pain relief, because it has other ingredients that have been studied for that. The pharmacologists that designed those.
But you're not
did
going to take
research.
9 and be in the ER.
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's not going to, you can, I'm not going to suggest it, but
Let's talk about aspirin too. Aspirin, people don't know what it comes from. It comes from white willow tree bark. That's 60% I
Learn
think
something
of
new
what
every day
aspirin
because I
is.
never knew that. Tell you that right now.
That's what's in our topical salve is the white willow tree bark. We don't need the other 40% of the synthetics to have it be what we think is effective.
the people I've
for
seen and the
nice.
success stories with the Solve, when people put it on, it is fast acting. 30 minutes, they come back. They're like, what did you just give me? What did I put on? Where can I see it, buy it?
I used it post-surgery. My father used it after his ankle replacement. My mother used it after a trimellular fracture in her ankle and a torn rotator cuff. They all swear by it. So, yeah.
That's super dope.
People like the sweet treats. We do too. We got gummies that are good. We got some new gummies coming soon.
The gummies are fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the products we don't make
CBD and
in-house.
the
God,
THC.
it took
The
6.
CBD
I
and the
know.
THC
From
gummies.
out.
Yeah, you guys gave. Listen. When I first met you guys, you gave me that. You was like, man, try these out. Let us know what's going on. I was like, all right, I got something for you.
I'm going to bed.
Man, I took
considered
like
taking one on the way
6,
over.
7
I
of
was
them
like,
things and was feeling
Oh,
lovely.
you're talking about the Delta 8s.
Oh, yeah.
The Delta 8s are sleepy time for me. And
But we have a lot of people.
There's
that
no
want a
cross
sweet treat. Right
there's no
before
cross
bed.
tolerance too. So people, that's like the homie we were talking about that took 6. So when we talk about tolerance for THC Delta 9, which you're getting from smoking cannabis, it hits the same receptors, but they don't have a cross tolerance with Delta 8 derived from CBD or from the hemp plant. So a lot of people, shame it, but it's actually, if it's clean and we source it from the people that actually figured out how to derive it. They're a science company out of Denver. That's one of the products we don't make because we go to the people that do it the best. So we found the best source
We
for
the
them.
best, you know
We
what
found
I'm
the
saying?
best
Like,
source
hey.
for them and collaborated with them on flavors and stuff and got it to you without any high fructose corn syrup
It's
or
fucking delicious.
yellow 5 and
love
blue
it.
40 and
Oh,
colored
man,
dyes
yellow
and gelatin
Don't
made
do
from
me
a
like
pig's
that,
hoof.
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We don't know what that stuff does long term. Probably causes autoimmune disease. Who knows?
Look, I don't even take Tylenol and aspirin. I'm being honest with you.
I don't need it.
I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, the other day I do some, you know what I'm saying? I do push-up
Yeah.
regimens.
I do
You know,
I do topical
and
after a
all
workout.
that stuff. So, like, me just working out, I had a little, I'm telling you, I use the
have
salve.
to
You got a
use it.
Theragun
You
at
have to
home?
use it
Uh,
every
uh,
day.
no, I
a
use the-
Theragun, like the vibrational
No,
massage gun?
I put the
percussion
salve
guns?
on the part that was hurting. It had my wife do
Go
that.
get yourself a Theragun.
Yeah.
And then hit it with the percussion gun afterwards to work it into the soft tissues.
6 months, get yourself a
Dude.
Resynate vibrating gun. We gotta come up with a
gonna
catchy
get it?
title. 6 months.
Theragun 3.0.
While wait, vibrate.
It'll be
and
fair. It'll be
resonate.
way better than
Just go. Hey, look.
I don't know where we're going with
It's
that.
lovely. I will love it, man. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. We gotta get that out there.
We're
We gotta
making
get that
one,
out there.
6 months.
All right, well,
It'll be-
there it is. Yeah, yes, sir. Any other products you guys want to cover today?
I know, there's so many.
Yeah, it is so many.
We got
my
the
wife
sprays.
used-
We got the sprays instead of the tinctures.
Okay.
It's really nice. So
Oh, I know.
also peppermint.
This is on the go.
This is the daily driver on the go. So it's like 3 or 6 milligrams per dose, depending on if you get the 500 or 1,000 milligrams.
You on your way
Just
to
go like
holding
this.
the meeting, consulting with people, and you're a little anxious, right?
And a bonus,
Yeah.
your breath
3 sprays
smells
under the
great.
tongue. Fresh breath with organic peppermint oil.
You can't beat that, right? You can't beat that. So again, there's the drops,
It's all
The
organic.
tinctures,
it's
yeah.
all
or you can do
vegan.
the spray.
We got the tinctures.
You know what I'm saying?
We can
so
do the spray.
yeah, like we
We
got
got
it.
the vapes.
My wife used
We
the
got
bath
bath
bomb.
bombs for your
my
girlfriend.
My
They're
wife
great.
used the bath bomb.
I was not convinced. I hadn't tried one, and then holy shit.
Did you
the
notice that
lavender-
there's a natural ingredient in it that when you put it in, it actually spins in the water?
No, she said it was fucking awesome. That's what she said.
Engineered.
That's her exact words. She said-
Engineered-
she said it
it's
was-
engineered
she
to
said-
spin when it
I don't
hits
know
the
what that
water.
was, but it was fucking awesome. I was like,
It is.
It's
so
really relaxing.
like,
yeah,
It
yeah,
has
yeah.
who I told you they the truth. You
It's
know what I'm
become
saying?
one of the best-selling products, and I
Mm-hmm.
was shocked.
My dear friend's wife actually makes those, and he owns another amazing
It's all-
CBD company.
It's all family. It's all.
Pulled us in
Shout
with
out.
them, so we
Ma'am.
share.
We're all
we work-
resonating.
we work
We're
together.
Just out here resonating
Yeah.
with everybody.
And I have a little spicy tamale. My wife's a Virgo, so I love her to death. That's my queen. Been married 9 years, but that bad bomb will calm her down. You know what I'm saying? Like, just want to go take a bath. You know? Yeah.
Give her a little stress relief
Oh yeah,
tablet.
oh yeah.
You know.
And you guys not only have again CBD products, but you also do have in your arsenal THC or Delta 9. Right?
Delta 8.
Delta 8 rather.
THC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Delta
yeah,
8 THC.
For now,
For
we're,
right now,
we're
yeah.
watching closely on regulation, and there may come a time when it's regulated differently, or we don't sell them retail. It's retail to other states can order.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some. I did. Like, it's order again. Twan P. Get yourself a discount.
They'll put you out. Two
Yeah.
of those.
The gummies,
Two
yeah,
of
the
those
gummies
and
will
one
put
of
you
those
out.
Put you out.
I take the Delta 8 gummy with a CBN capsule. CBN is what happens when we were talking about this earlier. I think we got sidetracked.
It's for the entourage
Because of
effect,
that
right?
14-gram Bob Marley joint you rolled for us, brother.
I'm passing
This
it
was
now.
14 grams.
Yeah.
That's a record for me. Oh shit.
I smoked one of those at the event. Remember?
I hit it 3 times and I was on the couch.
If I hit
Good
that
thing I'm
at
already
the
on the
event,
couch.
I would
Yeah.
not be selling this. I would be sleeping.
I had
Yeah,
some of that
but
coffee.
so
I was like,
when
oh, this is
THC
wonderful.
oxidizes, it turns to CBN, and that's known as like the sleep molecule for cannabinoids. So
Everyone has
we have
some
it in-
sort of problem. Sleeping through the night,
Oh, yeah.
sleeping at 8 hours, consistent 8 hours. Waking up, not feeling groggy. Oh, I missed it. I overslept by 30
Yeah, I do cat
minutes,
naps,
and now
so-
I feel like shit.
Yeah.
What a ripoff.
Yeah.
CBN. CBN is next level.
All right.
And ours is what's called nano, so it's water soluble. So when you think of something oil based versus water,
Yep.
when you're ingesting it, if it's oil, it's gonna have a harder time breaking down and absorbing. Water soluble, we're water, right? We're like 75% water. So it's fast acting and absorbs quickly.
Puts you out like a
Yeah,
light.
and people nowadays.
I get like 7 hours restful sleep when I take it. When I forget to take it, I like wake up 3 times in the night.
And I would just
Sleeping through the night, getting a consistent
Yeah, getting REM
8
sleep.
hours of sleep.
Get that
6
couple hours of
of
REM sleep that recharges you
the
to
tinctures.
do your
listen,
daily
man.
workflow.
You know what I'm saying? If I have any, because I'm a night owl anyway,
And
but
the CBG is brand new.
I have
Yeah.
problems going to sleep
Cannabigerol?
sometimes. So a couple drops, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
Cannabigerol.
Cannabigerol.
Cannabigerol. That
Cannabigerol.
Obama runs.
I'm 1800.
You know,
How long have we been sitting here? Explain cannabigerol.
we did. We went through CBG because of the plants, right? That's
Oh,
the
that's
that's
true.
the
That's true.
precursor to all the other cannabinoids. Yeah. It's a
But
solid one.
explain-
I take
explain
it
the-
in the morning.
Explain
Yeah.
the purpose of it. We
So-
have people that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, so I take it in the morning with functional mushrooms with another mycologist we work with. I take his lion's mane and cordyceps. Check out mushroomlife.com, just how it sounds, mushroomlife.com. He's got some amazing products. We signed a partnership agreement to hopefully be able to do some combination of cannabinoids with functional mushrooms. The guy's, worked with the Native American church and also like consulted many people, and he's a forger. He's a great guy, really intelligent. So cordyceps, lion's mane, and CBG is my morning regimen. I think of CBG as like almost like a nootropic, so it helps me with like focus and memory and cognitive function. Personally, helps me to be clear-headed. I'll drink my CBD coffee because I like to, get a little elevated. I don't smoke cannabis till night. That's a nighttime thing for me. So that's why we're doing the podcast after 7 for this guy. I'm old,
Appreciate
man.
that. Man. I appreciate that. I appreciate
I
that.
got Ratatouille waiting inside.
I know,
man.
man.
Just cook some Ratatouille.
All right, guys. Well, again, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure for Twan P personally having Mr. Scottie and Mr. Robbie on the Sip, Smoke, and Sales podcast.
It's been our pleasure, man.
Again, all of you that don't know, now you know. Click the link in the description below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can see further content from your man.
We
You
can
know
put
what
a
I'm saying?
link in the QR on there for your discount code too, so they'll be able to just
There you go.
scan and
Boom.
it'll take
You know
them
what I'm
right
saying?
in. 30% discount applied.
Don't wait on it. Get you some. I'm telling you, I'm an advocate for weed. I love weed. People say they smoke. I smoke all the time. And Resynate is a great thing to have, especially if you can't go to work smelling like the flower.
Or if you got a
you're going
government
to
job.
function, or I'm going to
We
go
got
visit
products that are
G-Mama,
safe for people
you know.
that need to get your analysis
Yeah.
too.
I'm
So
going
we
to go
have
visit
safe products.
G-Mama
You
real
don't break
quick.
this out? You're not saving this for her house?
Oh, no, not at all. I still got more, like 8 grams, 6 grams right here.
Jeez,
Oh, yeah.
That's
man.
hers. That's personal.
No more. The queen doesn't smoke. You know what I'm saying? This is all me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like Drake and Lil Wayne. Oh yeah. Like, oh yeah. This is nothing, man. This is nothing. My night just started. Oh, you guys have been awesome, man.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
man.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome
Appreciate
again,
you.
people, to Sip, Smoke, and Sales. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next episode. We out.
Ciao for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Out.
We out.
We out.
We out.